Doing?
Hi, Mary Beth. I'm so happy to be here.
I'm happy to see you. So, for those of you who are watching who don't know, I'm Mary Beth Noonan. I'm a real estate professional. I'm on Michael Blanc's team. And Raquel, will you introduce yourself?
I am Raquel Adkins. I'm a former mentee of the Mastermind, Michael Blanco Mastermind. That's where is my house, is my school, is where my career as a syndicator started, and it holds a very special place in my heart.
That's awesome. Yeah, and you came into the Michael Blanc program through Do Maker Live, right?
Yes, yes. Deal Maker Life, but 2022, I believe. Yes.
Yeah.
I find out about the for some reason I missed all of the promotion. So I found out at the day of the event. I showed up and I'm so glad that I showed up because I remember it was the last day and it was around 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And I talked to someone in the team and they're like, just come in for the happy hour. And I was like, should I go? And I remember questioning, should I go? Should I not go? And I'm so glad that I went because everything happened 3 months after that. So I'm
Yeah.
really, really glad that I signed up for this whole
It
thing.
it's been really awesome watching your journey as like just starting out to getting deals and financial freedom and even more deals. It's been really, really great just watching your journey. I'm so excited to continue watching Journey, and you'll be speaking, at all of our events. And we had a workshop with you just this past week about capital raising tips, and it was so helpful. That workshop was for the people who have bought tickets to Dealmaker Live, but I wanted to go on here and have you talk to our broader audience because you are, in my mind, the capital raising queen. And
I love that title.
well, you've earned it. You've done an incredible job raising a lot of money for your deals.
Yeah.
So I know that you have, what is it, like 10 steps for capital raising, but in
Yes.
the interest of time, let's just get into, we'll say three of them for today. So,
Sure.
first tip for capital raising, what would you say?
So it's very important that you, even before the steps, for you to have in mind that you will always be raising, because in your team, I'm sure you have someone that is looking for deals, that is underwriting and is contacting everyone, but you should always include in your daily tasks, reach out to investor, like the mastermind says, like Michael Blanco teaches us, to always be reaching out to people, always be talking to people about what you're doing, which is amazing, is the way to financial freedom. And if they want to participate, you are the vehicle for that. So I think the number one is get rid of your fear of talking to people about money. Because I remember at first I was like, I don't want to call people for money. I don't want to ask my cousin for money. But it's not like that. You're not asking anyone for, you have to switch your mind to be like, no, I'm not asking you for your money. You have to actually go through my qualifications to be part of my deal. That's how. And then people, not only you're going to create some kind of like exclusive group that they want to participate, but as well as I am providing you a way for you to be financial free, and you can do that with me. Without me, you can't. Your money will be sitting in your IRS, or it will be sitting in your savings account and not doing anything or doing very little. But with me, I can double it, I can triple it in 5 years, potentially with this kind of investment. So you have to switch your mind to believe that you're actually giving them a solution for their money instead of asking. So that's the number one.
Yeah, I definitely can see where that would so help if someone goes from like, oh God, I don't want to ask anyone for money to, wait a second, I have something that can really positively benefit them, can potentially change their lives.
Exactly.
This
Or
is a
retire earlier.
solution.
Or yeah,
Yeah, it's a solution. It's a privilege to be able to have this opportunity for the to be a part of this investment. That
exactly.
really helps to see because then also for yourself, it of makes it you just feel even better to know like the value that you're providing. It just
Yes.
really, yeah.
Yes. And it changed my mindset because it's like the people that I am working, because you have two people that you're gonna be helping. The community of the apartments that you're gonna be rehabbing and making it better. And I always make sure that you give back somehow with activities, with community events. So you're helping out that part of the business as well as your investors. I remember well, I'm only a year, 2 years into this, so I don't have like I didn't make an positive impact yet. But I know that when I reach 5 years into this, people are gonna be receiving the proceeds of the sale and doubling their money, and I'm gonna start receiving those calls saying because of you, I'm cutting 5 years out of my work life and I'm going to retire earlier, or because of you, now I can pay for my kids' education. So it is beautiful at the end of the day. So it's not like you're asking people for money. You are presenting them solutions for doubling
Right.
potentially, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So what would the next tip be?
So scripts, how you're going to talk to people. Obviously, you have many scripts. And the most important thing that I always tell people is you have to cater to your audience. Say that you're talking to your cousin. You're not going to talk very complicated words, multifamily. My mom doesn't know what multifamily is. She thinks that it's a lot of people living in one unit. You know, she doesn't know, and she doesn't even know that we can buy the whole apartment complex. You know, I thought they were just condos. You know, so you have to cater to who you're talking to and adjust your script to who you're talking to. If you're talking to someone that already invested, then you can go into very difficult terminologies and actually returns and things like that. But if you're talking to someone down the street, you have to make sure. So I like my simple script the best because when you're talking to people and you start talking too many details and too complicated, people don't invest if your mind is complicated. They invest in simple things. So all I say, actually, this is me saying to everyone, if I meet someone in the streets, in a Walmart or anywhere, this is what I do, you know. So calling your friends and family. Hey, how you doing? Obviously, you break the ice, you talk a little bit, and then you're like, hey, so I'm calling you because now I am doing this thing called syndication, which is me and a group of people come together and we purchase an apartment complex. You know, that's kind of like my module that I'm working on. And we can buy an apartment complex and all together with the rent and then minus expenses, we come up with a number, you know, and then that number is divided between all of the investors. It's super good. It has a lot of like tax benefits. So you're talking very basics here. So I'm asking you if you know anyone that would be interested, or if you ever come across anyone that wants to get into real estate and they don't know or they don't have the time, please send me my way because I can even give you a finder's fee or something, or you can even come in as a capital raiser yourself. When you say, do you know someone else? It's so magic because people are like, why are you not asking me? You know, because if you were calling them to ask them, they would be like, no, Raquel, I know you. I'm not gonna, no, I'm not. Let me see what you do first, and then you call me back, you know. But if you do kind of like, do you know anyone? They're like, I do, but I actually want that too, you know. So,
Right.
or they would be like, no, I don't. But if any time in their life they come up with a conversation that anyone mentions anything about real estate, I'm like, oh yeah, I have a friend of mine that is actually doing that. I'm gonna send you her information. So that's the script. You know, you're gonna say
Yeah.
very, very easy. You get into syndication, which is a group of people, and you purchase an apartment complex, and then the income of the rent minus expenses is a number, and then that number is divided between all of us. And when we sell it, every time we raise the rents, the value of the asset uh, goes higher too. So it's amazing. And just like that. And then if they want to learn more, you kind of book another one and then you go into a deeper explanation of what you do. But that's kind of the script. As simple as you can,
Right.
make it as simple because a complicated mind will always say no.
Right, right. And so with these scripts that Raquel's talking about, for anyone who's listening and is like, where can I get these? So at Dealmaker Live, we're going to go way in depth on scripts, what to say. We give you absolutely everything that you need to know,
And
not
we
just to
role
raise
play
capital,
too.
but yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
So if you're saying this and you're like, that sounds like something I want to do, I want to hear Raquel talk more about that. I want to get access to these scripts. I want to learn how to do this. Dealmakerliveevent.com. We'll put it in the caption. Now,
Mhm.
Raquel, on to the third tip that you have for us today. What's that
How
one?
to find investors. That's like everyone. That was my number one question because I'm not from this place. So my family and friends are miles away from here. And I didn't have. So I was like, oh, that's it. I'm not gonna be able to do this because I don't have family and friends. And my husband is from here, but I was like, I'm not gonna call their people, you know, his people. And so I was like, one thing, again, a lot of this has to do with mind shift, you know, mindset shift. And the first one, which is how to to get rid of your fears, a mindset shift. This is another one because you can never guess or you can never judge who actually has money or not because people might be very, very frugal with their money and have a good little savings that you didn't know, maybe because they're not flashy or they're not that, maybe it's a good reason, maybe they're all their bank account is really nice and juicy, so never judge who can say yes or no. And as well as people can recommend you, because if you talk to as many people as possible, a lot of people will know that this is what you do and you are the person to talk to. So never judge who from your family and friends know. And as Michael teaches us as well, go through your phone list and write down every single person that you know or you can have that conversation with. So after family and friends, another thing that gave me a lot of returns was live events like the Deal Maker Live. For example, I'm closing a deal right now, is a new construction for a multifamily complex, and I met my partner through Deal Maker Live last year. So you never know who you meet in these events like this, because people come together. That's the beauty about syndication. The name itself means a group of people coming together, pulling funds to invest in something. So you by yourself, you cannot do it. So you have to network like crazy. And I highly recommend going to events like the Do Make a Life.
Yeah, that's great. Awesome. That's so
Mhm.
exciting about your deal that's coming up and that there's
Yes.
another community
Yeah.
member you partner with. And we see that a lot. A lot of people
Yes.
who are in the Michael Blanc community, they work together in syndications. It really
Mhm.
just speaks to the importance of making connections out there. And I
Mhm.
also wanted to expand on your point when you were talking about how not to judge other people if you don't,
Mhm.
if you think they might have money or they might not have money. Some
Mhm.
people for themselves, they might not think that they just have a chunk of cash that they have ready to invest, but they might have a 401(k). They might have other things
Exactly.
that they
Mhm.
never even realized they could
Mhm.
use
Yes.
for something like this.
Yes. And sometimes partner with their parents. I put 25, my parents put 25, and I go in representing the family members, or 10 each of your brothers, and you come in as a person. There are ways, and that's what I'm going to be presenting and talking about it too, is how you can talk to people about the ways that they can pull funds from, and another one is a HELOC, but now is not the right time to do a HELOC. But there are so many creative ways that you can get to. And most of the deals, all you need to have is 50,000, and it seems a lot for a lot of people, but sometimes you can pull funds like that. You can be creative. All you want is that urge to change your life and take charge of your financial freedom.
Yeah, awesome. Well, so good talking with you. I feel like I could just talk with you all day, not just about
Yeah.
capital, but in general. You're just a wonderful person. We're so glad to have you as a
Oh,
part of our
thank
community
you.
and to
Yes.
have you at Dealmaker Live. If you guys want to see Raquel in person, go to dealmakerliveevent.com, grab your tickets. We
Mhm.
have ticket tiers that starts out with the early bird pricing and it goes up and up. So the sooner you get your ticket, the better. Thank you so much, Raquel, for being
Yeah.
here today, and I can't wait to talk to you at the next one.
Same here. I hope to see everyone at the Deal Maker Live this year.